Welcome to I'm from the Internet, the podcast about a podcast within a podcast. This is a special bonus episode. I don't have Winslow with me today. I'm actually recording in person with my co-host, my friend Fred.
Yeah, I'm the Winslow today. I've taken his place just for one day, and then after this one day, I won't be the Winslow anymore. It's a hat that you wear, so
yeah, it comes with the really long hair. Fred has the Winslow's hair right now. He looks fantastic.
I'm glad that I can rock Winslow's hair for one day.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a hazard. It keeps getting caught in the wheelchair.
Oh no, so when I return his hair to him, is it going to be all pulled out? Is it going to have...
That is the other difference, is I'm not recording on the toilet like usual. I'm recording on Fred's wheelchair.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. That reminds us to take a picture of a selfie of this.
Of our recording setup here.
So I normally when it's me and Winslow, we do like a screenshot, so that's fun. Okay, yeah. And also, Hitomi, the Pomeranian, is right here next to us. So if any of you are familiar with Fred from like his HBO appearances, whatever, that's the dog. She's right here. Hey, Hitomi. Aw, she's such a baby. She's 10 years old, but you wouldn't guess it. She's still so puppyish.
Yeah.
And also, our mice, Crispy and Badger, are right behind it. They don't make noises, but they're there.
So, Jay, why are there terrifying Funko Pops on your laptop screen?
Yeah, today's episode we're talking about, I'm going to title it something innocuous like Funko Fandom or whatever. We're actually here to talk about two specific guys.
Oh.
You introduced me to these guys, and I'm sure you're interested. Like, you struck gold with these guys. Like, as someone who likes finding weird internet people, like, finding ones that are, like, the right level of, like, weird and, like, well off enough that you don't feel bad making fun of them, and
yes.
also like they're just like the perfect blend of everything. And I have shared your enthusiasm for these, and neither of us like Funko Pops too. That's a very important part of this as well. Yeah.
Yeah, to be clear, I came across them because I was just watching some videos by toy reviewers, and like this one guy who has like all these Lego sets, and he walks backwards into his room. That's duck bricks. And I had them just come up in the, like, alternate, like, related. And the more I watched of their videos, the deeper I got into their story of how they set up this, like, Funko Pop store in Canada. I was like, oh, this is great. These guys are great.
Yeah.
Not in the way that they think they're great, but they're great.
Yeah, like when you showed this to me, I think I sent you a clip of the Red Letter Media sketch, the Fanboys podcast over there. I was like, I've seen people making fun of this stuff, but this is like the real thing, and it's funny. Like, or also like on Cinema at the Cinema, since Winslow watches that. Like, this feels like that, except about Funko Pops, and it's not scripted. It's actually just dudes that are like this.
It's dudes that are like this for real. Like, this is their actual hobby. This is their... Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that really made them, I think, is the first image I have here in our document is there's an episode where Funko, I guess for people listening, I should probably explain what a Funko Pop is. Funko is a company that makes collectibles, like they make little toys of pop culture items, and Funko Pops are a very successful line where they make very sort of minimalist, interchangeable representations of licensed characters. If you've ever been to a GameStop or any sort of like nerd store in the past decade, this is what physical retail is now. Usually, it's selling Funko Pops.
It's essentially the cheapest possible merch that you can make, because it's just a little vinyl plastic figure, and to make like a custom version of it is the cheapest it could possibly be. So they are doing this for like every IP in the world. So essentially any character that you know has a Funko Pop of it.
Yeah, that was kind of what Funko's like secret sauce was there's a lot of stuff that has like fan bases but isn't big enough to have a dedicated toy line. And so the idea was like, oh, well, I'm a big fan of Danganronpa, but I can't find any Danganronpa toys. Oh, Funko is selling a Monokuma Danganronpa, a Monokuma Funko. Okay, I'll buy one of those. Or like one of the ones I saw on their website was like a Seinfeld fan who had Funko Pops of all the Seinfeld characters. Like,
right.
It's kind of like an extension of being a fan of a thing, which is why they have people who are into Funko Pops in and of themselves is such an interesting concept. Yeah.
Exactly, because most of the time you wouldn't think of somebody as being into Funko Pops. They're into some intellectual property, and then as an extension of that, they buy a Funko Pop.
Yeah, or like people who are into toys broadly dislike Funko as in general because they're like, they're the amorphous blob that is swallowing up their geeky little like interest. Like,
right.
They've kind of had a homogenizing effect where now it used to be like vinyl toys were more niche and more sort of specific. Where now it's like everyone makes the same sort of like super deformed, low detail representative figures like this.
Indeed, even as part of my research into this, I found a lot of people angry at Funko for existing because a lot of companies now are not even bothering to make more complicated toys. They're just saying, we already have Funko Pops. If you want a toy of our, mascot, you can just get a Funko Pop.
Yeah, it's like there's a stratification. It's like if you want a toy, it's like you either drop like $50,000 on some super posable, detailed one, or you spend $20 to buy a Funko Pop that can't really do anything. But
there's nothing in the middle.
And it doesn't really, that whole space is. And also, kids don't buy toys as much anymore, so the market is more kind of targeting adults now. I have learned a decent amount about I'm already kind of a toy nerd to begin with, but like this was a fun. I'm very unfamiliar with Funko Pops. This was kind of an interesting branch on that.
Yeah. So I can kind of tell their story a little bit, or at least their story as I understand it.
Okay, before we go, now we've explained what Funko Pops are. The first thing that made me kind of really fall in love with them was there's a video where you can make a Funko Pop of yourself, like custom Funko Pops.
Oh, God,
and it's the two guys making them of themselves, and it's very so the two hosts, K-Dog and Fish. They're both Canadian. They're both white. I need to clarify that because it's like they're both like Gen Xers, I guess.
They're both extremely wealthy.
Yeah, so it's like calling themselves K-Dog and Fish. And K-Dog he's very he's making himself. He has gray hair. He always wears a backward baseball cap to hide the fact that he has a receding hairline. And when he makes his Funko Pop, he gives himself this lush Ryan Seacrest mop of blonde hair. Yes. And also,
two times Fish tries to get him to turn it white, and he's like, "No, I'm blonde. No."
Yeah, it's very because Fish actually looks like him because he's bald, and he makes this guy bald. His beard is gray.
Yep.
It dresses like him. He's wearing cargo shorts and flip flops in Canada.
Meanwhile, the Funko Pop of K-Dog looks like he could be at 19.
And also you get to pick accessories. And when Fish picks his, he picks a microphone because he does a podcast, and he picks a little crown because he does these things. And when K-Dog picks his, he picks 2 beers. How am I going to find myself out of beer? More beer.
Yes.
And that is, I don't want to be too mean about, but yeah, that is kind of the interesting thing about this is, there isn't, I feel like whenever I find someone who's really into Funkos, it's kind of like that whole, it's like, this is all they have, kind of.
Yeah,
again, I know that's a very mean thing to say, but it's like outside of Funko, it's like, I like beer.
I like beer. I like girlfriends. I like Sundays. I don't know.
I guess on the girlfriends now, that's probably a good time for us to talk about them, their whole story. Because, they are so fun, such funny characters.
Right, so they're cousins. They own a clothing store in Canada, and that's how they got the capital from this. So since 2003, they've had this clothing store, and they've branched it off to 5 locations in Canada, in rural Canada.
Yeah, it was weird because when you first listened to it, I was like, there's no way this is profitable, this business they're running. And you were like, they must have some other way of making income. And
that's what kept me, watching, because I was like, how are they making money doing this? I just didn't understand. And they're not very transparent about it. I did figure it out eventually.
Yeah, in fact, I actually, when I pull it up on Google Maps, their store, the Funko Pop store that they run, K-Dog and Fish Pop Culture Collectibles, is actually out of the same building as one of their clothing stores.
Right, the clothing store is right next to it. But now it always makes sense why they've always got those lush hoodies on.
Yeah, they're always wearing custom hoodies with their logo. Also, a very important thing about them is they have Funko Sonas. They have little Funko Pop representations of themselves that they literally on the front of their store,
on all over their social media, on the front of their store, they have these giant signs of their Funko Sonas. Then on their videos, they've paid somebody to make an animation of their Funko Sonas, plopping down on a desk, and then these huge microphones come in.
Yeah, and then there's the free to use rock track playing in the background, like every YouTuber intro.
And as somebody who's requested art stuff on the internet before, I'm sure that costed at least $1,000.
Yeah, that was animated.
Yeah,
it's they had to make unique characters for it, even if they were Funko Pops.
Right, and there's 2 posable 3D, and there's no way Funko gave them any of their assets. So they got, they had to pay for those.
Yeah, that is a really funny aspect of this, that they are a third-party Funko seller.
Right. Yeah. Because Funko doesn't like them. That's another weird part of this story. They are constantly at odds with Funko in ways that are honestly insane. Right now, the way that they're selling Funko Pops through their store, you would think because they're a retailer that they would have a distributor. No, that's not the case. They used to, but they ticked off the distributor after too many times of wanting, like, certain Funko Pops or not understanding why they had to, like, pay more or,
Yeah.
you know, they just had this, like, kick in them where they wanted so much fairness, and also they kept going to the internet with all their grievances.
Yeah, it is very funny to see the, like, entitled fan mindset from someone who is ostensibly, like, a business partner of, or like, aspiring to work with them is acting like this. Like, yeah, that is like, you can tell that they're rich and they don't have to, like, really care about this too much. Yeah, you can tell that,
like, they're so wealthy they forgot that they have to kiss up to these people. You know, like, it just ripped the blinders off. Yeah.
Yeah, and it almost feels like, especially with K-Dog, it feels like K-Dog is really regretting,
yes.
Fish feels like he's more into this, like, he's still having fun, he looks like, whereas K-Dog is just kind of like...
Yeah, well, K-Dog feels like they made so many mistakes. He'll even say it sometimes. Like, you know, oh, we shouldn't have said that, we shouldn't have done this. Like, you can hear it in his voice, yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like they're in, like, an abusive relationship, where, like, they don't like it, they can't leave Funko, so they're just kind of, like, always... And it's very like YouTube drama type videos that they do a lot. Like, Funko messed up again, and they're both doing the.
And I feel that they have to do that because that's how they got all their viewers, and now that's basically all that's running their channel. Because now that they've made every distributor angry, they're having to buy at retail prices in the United States, import into Canada, pay customs, and then resell Funko Pops. Meanwhile, all of their competitors are just, you know, selling through distributors, and they're buying their Funko Pops for way cheaper.
Exactly.
Like, yes, you can get some rare ones at K-Dog and Fish, right? That won't be at the other distributors. Sorry, at the other retail stores. But that's not that big of a difference. Like, who do you know who is just like, oh, I want this specific 2013 Funko Pop, and no other Funko Pop is going to be, I'm not going to buy anything else.
Yeah, and also, like, you can just buy that on eBay. Like,
right.
That's a part of it, too, is it's, like, so much of this, like, is online now that, like, the store isn't even open. You have to, like, schedule a private shopping session with them because they didn't want to have someone keep it open all the time or worry about shoplifting.
Yes. See, for me, one of the things that I thought about was, okay, both of these guys brought their collections together. Maybe they just had so many of these damn things that their wives or girlfriend or whoever would just, like, get these out of the house. So they put them into, like, one of their stores, and then they opened K-Dog and Fish out of that.
Yeah, that definitely feels like, it's like, we already spent all this money, why don't we try and we can make this work for us.
Yeah.
And here, they didn't.
Because when you looked, the video of them, like the video of their store where they just walk around, it's enormous. The amount of floor space that they've dedicated to this Funko Pop thing, they have thousands of Funko Pops in there. I know it doesn't look so big from that photo.
It's a 2-story building, too. Yeah, it's big.
It's 2 stories, and it goes all the way back.
And, like, the interior looks nice. Like, they decorated it. It feels more like a showroom. Like, yeah, like, it is very funny. Like, since the main show is about something awful most of the time now, it's like, that was one of the low taxes things, was he had an office for the website, and it was because he just wanted to get out of the house away from his wife and kids sometimes. So it was like him and his friends who they worked for him would all go to the office and play video games and stuff there. So I get, that's kind of the feel like it's like, all right, I'm going to the office, and then it's like him in there, and they're just like, and it's like, man, Funko doesn't know what they're doing.
Do you think their wives ever sarcastically say, all right, K-Dog, or all right, Fish? You know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah. I wonder if they make
like, did they make their wives call them that?
Although the other thing is, so Fish has a wife, K-Dog has a girlfriend, right? Isn't that what we figured out?
Yes.
And that was, because K-Dog, like, K-Dog he
seems to have a lot of trouble with women.
Yeah, he seems to have hang-ups with women. Like, they're, like, that's like, whenever he does jokes, a lot of times they're about, like, women going on bad dates, or like...
Yeah, and he's, like, really nasty towards women in the jokes as well.
Yeah.
You can add the audio of one into the...
Yeah, and it ties in with, like, with him being so insecure about his aging and stuff, too. It's like, he still has to, like, I guess that's maybe part of, he's still kind of playing the field, so to speak, whereas, like, Fish is like, I'm married, I got kids, I don't care.
He's married,
my wife likes me, what do I care?
Exactly, yeah. I tried to contact them, and unfortunately... But the problem was, I kind of had answered all my questions by now, but my only one burning question was how much money had they lost on this?
Yes.
So, I wasn't necessarily the nicest. I was just hoping they would tell me. So they blocked me, but then they unblocked me. And so That's where things sit right now.
Yeah, that is one of learning when and how to bother people like this is a hard part of it. Yeah, I feel like they probably wouldn't talk to either of us because we're both so like deep on the online, because like that is one thing about Funko people, like, is they are very pure. Like I feel like it's hard to be like a cynical Funko Pop fan. Like,
and that's why you didn't put their names in the title.
Yeah, which
was very nice.
Yeah, because these, yeah. I mean, I don't
we don't want people to harass them.
Exactly. That's probably like. Also, I really need to emphasize that this is like these guys own a store. They run their YouTube channel, promote their store. They have like 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. On Twitter, they have 470 followers. Their Patreon makes less money than ours does. Which, on one hand, it's a Patreon for a store.
Yeah, like why do they need a Patreon? If their store is doing well,
and that is a weird part. It feels like the store isn't doing good, but they get some engagement and attention from the social media. So it's kind of like now it's just like we're going to be social media guys, even though it's hurting the store. Like,
yeah, and we're just going to be like a Funko news agency.
Yeah, we're in the independent Funko press.
Yeah, for all 5 of the like, do you remember in that one video where they keep saying over and over again, for all the independent retailers out there, for all the independent retailers like us. Meanwhile, they are the only independent retailer in Canada. There is nobody in their exact situation. They are it.
Yeah, there's only a couple other stores, and a lot of times whenever a big store, it's them being like, oh, they made a mistake, oh, they did something wrong.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Yep. And that just makes them toxic to anybody that's, like, in their same space.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it is very funny, like, the surface level, like, Funko stuff will work with them, but it feels like other people don't really want to... Like, although I will say, when I was looking on Reddit, I found, like, a Reddit thread on our Funko Pops where people are talking about the store, and people are like, oh, I had a great experience. They package stuff really well. They answer things really quickly. So, like,
yeah, no, I saw that, too. They do have actual customers. That's true. People do come from quite considerable distances within Canada to go get certain Funko Pops. So it's not like they have 0 customers. It's just they don't have enough for any of the money they're spending.
Yeah, especially for floor space. Like, if this was like something that they ran out of their garage or something, like a mail order thing, it would probably be a lot more viable.
Yeah, yeah. But if you just think about the amount of inventory they have at least $400,000 of Funko Pops on the floor. Because I counted. Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many of them too. Yeah. Also, I guess one thing I found that was really funny is it says here, "Welcome to K-Dog and Fish, your ultimate destination for Funko Pop enthusiasts. Our uncensored weekly episodes." Which their videos are incredibly self-censored. They bleep their swears constantly.
And they constantly say, "Oh, we shouldn't say that. Oh, no names, no names."
Yeah, that is the funny thing about it too, is where they are like, it's like they want to be professional, but they want to be unprofessional, and they can't just like that is what it is. It's
and they're having a hard time deciding where they fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's like if they've already burned their bridges with corporate, so I kind of get why, but at the same time, it is just like
it's cute watching them try to unburn the bridges, though, because it's like they haven't given up. They're still hopeful.
Yeah, it really feels like someone where it's like they got dumped, but they still think their ex might hook up with them, so they don't want to be too mean to them, but they're still kind of like aggrieved.
Are we allowed to say what Winslow said? I'm sorry. Are we allowed to say what Winslow said about them?
Go ahead, yeah.
Because it was really true, even though it was really mean. That they would not notice, Funko would not notice if both of them died. Which is very true and so sad at the same time, because literally they've built their entire business and all of their, like, hobby time around Funko.
Wasn't the store originally called something with Funko in the name? And
yes.
The Funko legal
and Funko told them to
change
it. Yes, it was a...
That's why it's called K-Dog and Fish Pop Culture Collectibles.
Yes, it was originally called K-Dog and Fish's Pops. But Funko told them, no, you can't have Pops in the name of the store.
Yeah, like, I am not in favor of that kind of, like, tyrannical copyright, but yeah, that is pretty funny. Like, you are very clearly referring to us. Like, yeah.
However, they let them keep the little crown, the little Funko crown in their logo.
That's true, yeah.
It's on top of that
little mascot. And also, like, they do use their Pop Sonas on the signage and everything.
Yes,
so I guess you're allowed to refer to the concept, you just can't use the actual
right, you can't use the actual name or say that you're, like, sponsored by Funko.
Yeah, and I was like, also one of the things I mentioned here is that they have a podcast, and like I've looked around a little bit, and one of the things that's interesting is like their whole life is ostensibly dedicated to like media fandom and collectibles. Like their actual media tastes are incredibly basic.
Yes.
Yeah, like these guys are both like Gen Xers, and like I listened. One of their podcast episodes is called "The Best Movies Ever," and I flipped through it, and it's stuff like Ghostbusters and Die Hard. Like, those are good movies, but, like, that is very much like, oh, you are a Gen Xer white dude. Like, of course these are your favorite movies because these were the most popular movies at the time. Like, I mean, they are good movies, and also, like, you know... But it's just like sincerely, Fred, like a very endearing thing to like one of the reasons I was like, oh yeah, Fred is actually like, I realized like how interesting it was. Tell them what your favorite movie is.
Oh, well, I have it's oh man, you know, it's got Meryl Streep in it.
Yeah.
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah,
The Devil Wears Prada. I have to really think about it.
Yeah, like when someone says like, or like my favorite movie is Enemy Mine, which is like an '80s
but
science
mine's
fiction
not
movie.
like it's not a franchise.
Yeah, that's what I think is interesting. Is
Yeah.
like I think like what your favorite movie is something that is kind of like personally reflective on you, and it's like I don't think there's anything wrong with your favorite movie. Like I get the idea of having like a comfort movie, like a movie that you watch a zillion times. It means a lot to you.
I like watching The Devil Wears Prada with people because everybody takes something different out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like the reason why I like Enemy Mine is it's kind of like a movie that's about everything while also being very small. It's about like a human and an alien that are fighting a war, crash land on a planet, and have to survive together. And it's about like religion and society and culture, but it's also about like a space war. So
yeah.
I like that kind of thing, like the good mix of those. Yeah, and so that is just like yeah, like in since that is like it kind of ties in interestingly to because a lot of it is like they have like a very like tying with them being unprofessional is they are very open in their dislike of stuff that doesn't appeal to them. Like a lot of the new Funko Pops are like Adventure Time, and they don't like Adventure Time, and they're just like, oh, I don't get it. Why is it popular? It's like you're like I know from experience, like when people trash talk, I think you like it feels bad. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to be nicer about stuff. So and, like your customers are probably going to be
exactly. They were so mean about the Chowder Pops as well. They were like, chowder, what's that? Is that like a food? Is that like a clam chowder?
Oh gosh,
yeah. K-Dog said that.
Or a funny one is them being mad about I almost said BTK. That Korean supergroup.
Oh, BTS. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of the anime pops, like it's very clear that when they don't get what a certain Funko Pop is about, they'll just trash it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, their customers probably want that specific one.
Yeah, and like as someone who ostensibly deals in nostalgia, like internet history and stuff, like, and I do like I used to be way more into media and fandom and stuff, and I still kind of like I think that it is like I think even if you aren't into something, being able to appreciate what people like in it is a skill that's good to have. Like it's a lot easier to be like I don't like this, so it sucks, but to be like I don't like this, but I get why people different than me do like it, especially when you're trying to sell it. That's just like a basic part of selling something, and it is very funny that they are just like, who would buy this? Our customers?
Well, I guess that's why Funko, the company, doesn't work with them and instead works with an actual distributor in Canada, rather than K-Dog and Finch.
Yeah, it is because like their clothing stores, they make clothes that they manufacture. So it's like I think they haven't had to work with brands as much. So
I don't think
part of
so.
it why,
they are their own brand.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they don't sell branded clothing; they are the brand. Yeah. So I don't think that they've ever had to, in the way that most of us have, like just by living in capitalist society, have had to like kind of grovel to other people to get anywhere.
Oh yeah, I worked in an office.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like or have to grovel to bosses or to capital. They have just been born rich, got to make their own clothing company with daddy's money and their own brand, and then they don't like none of the consequences have ever come to them until this Funko business. And that's what's really interesting, watching these like guys at 50 to 60 being like, wait, why won't Funko work with us? We're just mean to them constantly, but we're
yeah, and it makes sense why they got into collectibles, because it is kind of like the thing about this type of like specific like intentionally like artificial scarcity collectible is it's like you need to have like disposable income and time to collect. It's like a thing that you get into because you need something to do.
Right.
Like, and
it's like they're not wrong. They do offer Funko good advice, but the way they do it is never going to be in a way that a corporation will accept.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I used to be friends with someone who was a big retro gaming collector, and they were kind of like when you're into that, you can have like technical knowledge, and there's also like the knowledge like how to actually play the games. There's like stuff like that. Whereas like with this one, where it's like you're just buying a thing and owning a lot of it. Like I know that for some of it's like the point is like is to curate a specific collection where it's not just about having the rarest or biggest. It's like I want to show off all the things I'm into, but like the ones where it's like no, I got to get all the Funkos.
Yeah. And the thing that really turns me off to Funko Pops is you never take them out of the box.
Gosh, yes, thank you. That is the thing about this is they come in these boxes and they're specifically made to not be open. They're like transparent, and also like the packaging design, like collectible stuff, is just covered in all this flair and notes. Like it's just an exclusive line. It has an NFT. It's this type. God, that's they still do NFTs.
Yep,
like
they're still doing NFTs.
NFTs have found their home, and it's an authenticating Funko Pop rarities. Yeah, like that in general. Like it's like a mix between like a mobile game and like an MLM, where everything has too many adjectives. Everything is like has all these different limited availabilities and rarities, and it's just like so much noise. It's like I just want a dang SpongeBob.
I don't think we should feel bad for K-Dog and Fish for not being profitable, though.
Yeah,
because so many people have tried to help them. Their distributor even was like, when they told them the idea for the store, was like, no, don't do that. Yeah. Don't just open a Funko Pop store. You have to sell other stuff, too. Yeah. You have to sell, like, cards and, you know.
Yeah, like, we had our own experience with one of these, like, weird private shopping collectibles places where... Because Fred is into numismatics, he likes coins, and there's a place that we drive by sometimes that says they sell coins. Once we're like, well, let's check it out. We pull up there, and we get in there, and it was, like, really weird. There's, like, a security guard, and it's locked, and they're like, you have to order it online. We sell everything online now. And at first we were like, is this a front or something? But
right.
This makes a lot more sense. It's just like, yeah, they're just an online business, and the storefront is, like...
It must be, like, by invitation only, just, like... this Funko Pop store.
Yeah, because I do imagine like theft and stuff is something that you worry about when your whole thing is inventory like that. But yeah, that was a very odd experience to be on the outside of without being aware of the context.
Yeah. I mean, nothing like that ever happened to me in the Philippines. I went to coin stores in the Philippines, but, you know, very different. Very different.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything...
Let's see. I guess we were talking about the thing where, yeah, since they're in Canada, they have to order it from American retailers. And one of the things is, like, they had an American address that they would have stuff shipped to because they couldn't have stuff shipped to Canada.
That's correct.
Yeah, and when I worked for Coach, that was a thing I would encounter sometimes when I was doing like processing security and stuff was people a lot of the business I did was reselling, was people buying stuff to resell it in Asia. And so there were a lot of these businesses where you'd recognize like, oh yeah, this is a business whose whole thing is providing addresses in America for people to get stuff sent and then forwarding it to another place. Like that's a whole business that I wasn't really aware of until I started working there. So it's neat to see like an application of it that's you know, not that.
Yeah, they work with a US they work with two in the US. They do that for some things because they want to make sure that they can get every single Funko Pop and every single Funko Soda. At least, like, of all the things they do, this is the one part that they're good at. They're good at getting everything. So, they work with a U.S. distributor. It's called something like EE, Electronics Entertainment or something. It's a big distributor in the U.S. And they buy through them and then have everything shipped to Canada. And then they're also buying from the Funko store directly and then having that stuff imported into Canada and then selling it at a markup.
Oh, and also, yeah, since they sell collectibles, a big part of it is that everything has to be in mint condition. And since they're getting everything shipped internationally, a lot of their inventories are having damage. So when you go to their website, they have big sections like, buy our gently... Let me look up what the term for that was.
We were wondering that today, and I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, they had some, like...
They have a whole section on their store.
Imperfect exclusives. Gently loved imperfect exclusives. Oh, yeah, and their editor, B-Money. That's another thing, too, is, like...
You told me this today.
The way that these are edited, it feels like their editor is kind of in on the joke in a way that they aren't. Like, it's edited, like, on Cinema at the Cinema. Like, the cuts between the two of them and the little sound effects punctuating everything at opportune times.
The constant...
Yeah, just that little canned sound effect.
Yeah.
Like, guys have whenever they, like, react to something, like dumb, there's a... it pops up.
And the same image that they use for every single thumbnail of them making the wow face, you know?
Yeah, like, there's one photo of Fish with his hands on his face doing, like, the Home Alone shocked scream.
And they one use photo of K-Dog doing the same thing, and they use these photos in every single video.
Yeah, like, that is the thing, too, is as it goes along, is seeing the thumbnails get more and more overproduced and edited and, like, just attention-grabbing.
All right, you've got to tell me about this panda now.
Yeah, this was, another thing about Funko I thought was kind of interesting is, like, as I mentioned that toy people don't really like, it was, like, one of the reasons I like Funkos is they just, as toys, they don't feel good. They're like a hard plastic. They don't feel good to touch. And there is like a vinyl toy.
I mean,
remember,
they
like,
don't have to. Nobody plays with them.
Exactly. That's why
they leave them in the box.
Was the one I had when I was a kid. Sort of. It's called Sofubi. It's a Japanese. It's soft vinyl, where they're vinyl toys, but it's softer, so they're like less hard.
Okay.
And like that was just one of the things I just want to talk about that as an example of like what types of toys like this are. Where instead of being hard, it's softer. It's more posable. Like they're made to be inexpensive toys for. Japanese
mean, that
toys.
panda looks cute to me.
Yeah, like I think when I was a kid, I had a Godzilla figure. I think that's where a lot of Americans first had Sofubis. Was you would get a Godzilla toy from Japan, and
but
it would
it's
be made
cute
of
because it's not Funko Pop dimensions.
Yeah, they're hollow, so they're lightweight. Like when I was a kid, like my dad threw the Godzilla toy at my head once, and it hurt, but it didn't like hurt me.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
Aw, there's a raccoon. Raccoon.
Yeah, that's why I picked out Panda Raccoon for this one just to be on brand. But
I get it.
That is a funny thing too. I found out Funko is actually making Sofubi now. There's the thing is Funko Pops is just one of their lines, and the company Funko they're always trying to make new stuff. Like, but Pops is their big thing. So there's always like, oh, we're doing Funko sodas, which are these collectible toys that come in soda cans.
Oh, they're always trying to output more branded plastic for all the boys and girls to buy.
And as a business, I know that is kind of what their liability is. Is like they went public, I think in like 2019 as like a tradable company, and they've actually gone down. Like they peaked about half a decade ago in terms of their sales and popularity, because a big problem is they don't actually make anything. All they do is license other people's stuff. So the companies eventually realize, why don't we just make our own stuff? So now like Disney has like their own in-house like super deformed figures. And in general, so and also investors are like, yeah, it's like those mystery boxes that were big for a while. It's like you don't actually make anything, and once the licenses do it on their own, what do they need you for?
It's because most people, as we were saying in the very beginning, don't care about Funko Pops. They want just something of the character.
Yeah, I guess kind of like a modern small version would be like those makeshift plush toys where it's like they make them with like the same interchangeable parts, so they're not as expensive or nice, but it's like if you have a fandom, people will buy a plush toy of you even if they don't really like plush toys, something like that.
So you're saying they're like a Squishmallow?
Kind of, where it's like they make custom plush toys, but they aren't super detailed. Like
but they're not branded to... Like, they're just... I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, that is like I think about Funko is they do reuse kind of base parts a lot. Like, humans kind of all look the same eventually, especially like white dudes.
And humans never have mouths. It's so off-putting.
Yeah.
Humans just have big, beady eyes and no mouth.
Yeah, like they saw a Wii, the Nintendo, like a Mii from the Nintendo Wii. I'm like, let's make that not cute. Can we make that not cute?
Yeah, can we make this extremely creepy and off-putting?
Westerners trying to do chibi, be like. Yeah, and I guess that's like my only real notes here. But I guess just was there anything else about these guys or Funko in general
that you missed? I don't think so. I think we kind of hit it up.
Yeah, this is just
everything up. Yeah,
I've just really enjoyed learning about these guys, and like I guess one other thing about them is Funko is I think is kind of a bleak portent of what's to come. Is the Funko companies now they're focusing on these, they call it biddies. They want to make like really small toys because people don't have as much money or space. So they're like,
we can also talk about how they keep raising the prices.
Oh yeah, and they're raising the prices of basic Funko Pops too. So
and it's really hurting K-Dog and Fish.
Yeah, it's like all the worst parts of being a franchise without actually being part of a franchise.
It's like when you watch K-Dog and Fish. And as things keep getting worse in, like, that industry, you're watching them realize how capitalism is screwing them, but they're just refusing to say it ever on camera.
Yeah.
They're constantly having to, like, sugarcoat all of what's happening.
Yeah, they just view it as bad actors. It's like, oh, the people at Funko are just being jerks. Yeah. It's not supposed to be like this.
Right, like, they'll never say, this is what Funko is. It's always, well, there are just bad people at Funko. If Funko would just get the right people in charge, if they would put us in charge, everything would be good. This isn't how the industry is supposed to be. This is just...
Yeah, and that is the way about Funko, the company proper, is like they are capable of making cute stuff, like their mascots and like their branding. Like it's weird they do it for like almost like 50s style like retro nostalgia for their in-house stuff. It's like it's just
like their sodas are kind of cute. The packaging.
Yeah, like
if I have to say a good thing about Funko, I guess I'll say that.
Yeah, I guess this is one of those things where it's just like, how much of it can you blame on them, and how much can you just blame on, like, this is the lowest common denominator. This is, like, a cheap thing that people, like, yeah, that's why it's, like, a checkout line thing. It's like, yeah, I'll drop $20 on a thing of Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks. I like that show, sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, God, that reminds me here. Poe Funko. I told you that the Funko Pop of Poe the Panda was really ugly.
Oh, my God.
God, they did my boy dirty.
That is awful.
Yeah. There's so many of them. They all
that
look bad.
barely looks like Poe.
Yeah, like pandas are already just like they have
Pandas are the cutest animal. Also, everybody thinks that pandas are cute. How can you screw that up?
Yeah, like Minecraft did this. Like made a rectangle panda that was cute. Come on.
Today at rehab, one of the guys had a panda tattoo on his neck. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, hell
one
yeah.
One of the new guys there. Yeah, he had a panda tattoo on his neck.
Yeah, like this is the Funko version of that character that Japanese one I showed you earlier was. Like this is the I don't like that. Like okay.
That's better than Poe.
Yeah, okay.
It's not good. It's not good.
Okay, the baby one's kind of cute. It's like a custom one.
I mean, if you want to know my least favorite Funko Pop, it's all of the ones that are of Baby Yoda.
Oh,
they have like 50 different Funko Pops of Baby Yoda. God. Like, minor variations.
It is pretty well. Since we're talking about merchandise, Nick, do you know what happened with the Baby Yoda merch? That was basically they wanted to keep that character reveal a secret, so they didn't make any merchandise for it ahead of time because that's how leaks happen. Is the toy companies? So the Mandalorian premieres, Baby Yoda is revealed. Everyone loves this character. Everyone wants to buy it, and there's no toys because they kept it secret. Like, oh crap, we gotta make Baby Yoda toys. So then all of a sudden,
that's why there's so many Baby Yodas at Ollie's now.
Yeah,
okay.
It was sort of like a big craze, and by the time they made a bunch of it, the craze had
already been over.
Yeah, now Baby Yoda is just kind of like Minions. It's just kind of like one of those things.
Right, I've wondered why. I'm like, oh, it's that ugly Baby Yoda again. Why are these everywhere?
Yeah, and it's like, man, like all my friends were into the Mandalorian. I just didn't get it. I was like, this is just, it's fine, but it's like, you know.
So what you're saying is capitalism ruined the character of Baby Yoda. Because I wouldn't hate it if I didn't see it everywhere.
Well, kind of, but also, like, that's kind of why the character exists. It's like, that was already a thing. Like, remember when they had, like, the baby Mr. Peanut? When they killed Mr. Peanut, and then they had the baby one? Like, that is kind of a thing that companies do, is make cute baby versions of stuff. Or, like, even, like, or like, some sort of mascot character. I feel like that's, like, a thing that companies do now as part of their marketing or whatever, so...
Yeah, I am sitting on a mascot character right now.
That is true. Yeah, you are sitting on top of your dragon's horde of Squishmallows.
Of Squishmallows. So
yeah, it is. It'd be way less comfortable to sleep on a pile of Funko Pops. You know?
Oh god,
way less good for your scoliosis.
I guess that can be the punishment for K-Dog and Fish. Make them sleep on a pile of Funko Pops.
That would be a good Halloween costume. Make like a Funko box for your wheelchair and put it around it.
A Funko box.
Yeah, I had a friend when I was in college. They were all like anime convention people. And once he was cosplaying as the video game Red Dead Redemption. Like he made a giant box of the game box and just wore the box.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
The thing about the Funko boxes though is they're made to stack. So you're literally penalized for ever taking anything out of the Funko Pop box.
Yeah.
It's just made so you can consume more and more of them. And stack them up in the most space-efficient way.
Yeah, and also, like, the whole reason why collectibles can't become valuable organically is because people don't care about them and they get thrown away, and then, like, a generation later, rich old people want them and there aren't any left. These ones, collectibles that are designed to be collectible never get valuable because everyone collects them, and there's a zillion of them. It's like...
saves them.
Yeah, like when I was a kid in the 90s, that's what happened to the comic book industry, was they got really big on doing all these collectible limited editions, and then the whole market crashed and none of those are worth anything because everyone was buying them and putting them in a closet thinking they'd be valuable.
I guess the only kind of in between of that is Lego sets. Because people buy them to collect, but some people buy them to play with them.
Yeah, Lego is an interesting midpoint in there. And also, like, yeah, Lego is expensive, but it is, like, you actually can do stuff with it.
Right.
It's, like... And
I mean, you're meant to take it out of the box, unlike the Funko Pop.
Yeah, like, they made a whole movie about that.
Yeah.
There was that movie about Legos. I can't remember what it was called.
Was it the Lego movie?
Yeah, it's that one.
All right, I think we've said all we can say.
All right, this was fun. I know you wanted to just like have you on the show. I'm still working on the episode about Temple OS, but
cool.
This was fun. I always have fun talking with you and hanging out, so it's cool to get you on the show. And
and if anybody finds any interesting details about K-Dog and Fish that we haven't, let us know. Especially if you know how much money they lost. That's what I want to know. How much money have they lost? Okay.
All right. Yeah. I can't. We don't really have a closing or anything on these bonus episodes, so I'll just. Hey, Hitomi, where are you at? Hitomi, want to come on, Mike? Are you hiding under the bed? Aww. Oh well, no Hitomi. Next time.
We changed her environment. We put this laptop and mic in here. She's like, "Oh boy, I'm getting out of here."
Yeah. She's camera shy. All right. Well, thanks. I'll close this out now.